Hello everyone, my name is Jenna, but you guys can call me Jen, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to the start, yet another weekend vlog. Hello, it is Friday. Just got home from doing a grocery shop that was too expensive, and I'm mad about it. I'm gonna be thinking about that grocery shop for like the rest of the week. My oven is ready. But yes, came back, and now I'm settling in for a good Friday night. What am I gonna be doing on this Friday night, you may ask? I put that on the wrong rung. There we go. I'm really shaky today because I don't know, I think my blood sugar is down. This weekend, I have a couple plans laid out. I have exactly one plan laid out, and that is tomorrow I am going to be participating in a podcast, which is very fun. I'm going to be recording for the Hidden Bookcase, which is very exciting. You guys should go check them out. I really enjoy their podcast. It's very bookish, which we love. We're going to be talking about The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches by Sangu Mandana, which I'm very, very amped about. I am currently rereading it. So tonight and hopefully tonight entirely, I finish my reread of that and like kind of compile my thoughts and stuff like that for the podcast tomorrow. But other than that, I would love to be able to finish Oathbringer this weekend, which might be a big feat because I have half of it to go. So another 600 pages or so. And I would love to also get through Bear of Winter. I'm looking at them on my couch right now. But who's to say what I end up actually reading this weekend? That's about it. I'm going to be working on some writing stuff as well. I got my edits back from my editor, so I've kind of started that again. I think I'm like 4 chapters in. I'm doing a writing vlog specifically this month for the next stages of a second story, so I won't really talk about it on here. Yes, I'm going to be doing that. Tomorrow is my live stream, of course, as well, and my lesson in the morning. And then Sunday I have absolutely nothing planned, which sounds perfect. I cannot wait to just do nothing. Today, I actually got an order from Book Outlet yesterday. I have already flowed them into my shelves, but I got, for example, the first binding by R.R. Verdi, I think, which is absolutely huge. And it was a mistake to take it out of my shelves because I had it in here so nicely. Okay, he is chunky. I also got the Long Way to a Small Angry Planet in paperback form because I have given up on my search for the hardbacks to match my hardbacks of these two because I just don't think they exist. The covers match, so that's close enough. I have that one, and then I have the second one, Close and Common Orbit. I think I got it in a previous Book Outlet order with my friend, so she currently has it at her place. We just haven't seen each other in a little while, so she has that, so I have that to add as well. And then, what the hell else did I get? I don't remember. I got The City Inside by Samet Basu, which is a little novella. And I also picked up The Daughter of Redwinter by Ed McDonald. I think Book Outlet had like a sale on their fiction at one point where everything was $8.99. And I picked up this graphic novel, which I ended up reading today in like 10 minutes because it is only 58 pages long. This is one of the Mighty Nine's Origins graphic novels. It was on the site, so I was like, might as well. Because graphic novels are ridiculously expensive for so little content. Like a 58-page graphic novel is probably like the same price as a like young adult hardcover book. Like, it's ridiculous. So I picked this up for $13.99 and I've read it today. I was walking around my place, and then I was standing in the middle of my condo, and I picked this up and I started reading it, and I didn't put it down until I was done. And like, it's fine. I only gave it 3 stars because it's 58 pages. Like, there's not really a story. It's just a like visual depiction of the backstory of a character that we already kind of know about. But I will say the art is absolutely stunning, heartbreaking because this is Caleb's backstory, and a little bit of a spoiler warning, but I am mad at the artist for including the cat in the fire. I will never forgive the artist for this. Ever. The fact that the cat Frumpkin was in there, never ever. I will never forgive the artist for doing that. We all know that the cat died in the fire too, but you didn't need to I didn't need to be reminded of that. But yeah, this is actually quite an adult backstory as well. It was referenced in the campaign a few times. This is the Mighty Nine campaign by Critical Role, by the way, that Caleb's backstory with Astrid and Eowulf was like a polyamorous relationship. Not a very healthy one at all, very, very toxic, but the polyamorous relationship is depicted in here multiple times. So warning for sexual content and warning for fire injury, familial death, patricide, I guess that's what it's called, patricide, and animal death. So, you know, love that. But yeah, read that today, gave it 3 stars. I usually love the Critical Role graphic novels, but these I think are just too tiny. They're not an actual like story. It's just like a visual representation of some backstory that I've already kind of known about. Yeah, first book of March down. Anyways, I'm going to hang out for a bit. I want to watch something on the TV, and I do want to read a little later, but I kind of just want to chill right now. So it's the start of a weekend. Let's get going. Oh my god, I just finished my reread of The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches, and this book is better on the reread. It has so much heart, and oh my god, it resonates so hard, because there's nothing like reading a book about wanting to feel wanted and finding a place where people desperately want you and where you feel like you're enough. And this hurts because isn't that what we all want? Just desperately is to feel wanted. And well, at least I do. But oh my god, this book is so good. I need everybody to read it, please, because it's that good. I'm getting my tears out now so that I don't cry during the podcast tomorrow, because this book is top 5 favorite book of all time. I want to reread this again, like tomorrow. It feels like reading a like comfort movie, you know? Oh my god. Anyways, it's done. I've annotated it this time with yellow and black, and I've gone through and written things and all that good stuff. This book is actually starting to fall apart too. The spine is starting to really fall apart, so I need to figure out a way to preserve this book. I think I might need to bind it into a proper copy. But I also really love this cover and I don't want to lose it, so I also have to figure out how to keep the cover somehow. Gosh. Anyways, that's been my evening. It is now 12:30 and I really have to go to bed because I have my lesson in the morning, but oh my god, what a good way to spend my Friday. I ended up watching a lot of Holly. I finished watching her playthrough of The Last of Us, which I have been obsessed with this past week. I don't have a Crave, but I'm seriously considering just doing a month subscription so that I can watch The Last of Us, because I need to see the show. And I could pirate it, but like I also kind of want to watch, I really want to watch like Our Flag Means Death, and I want to catch up on some HBO shows, so I'm thinking a month of Crave probably would be a good idea. That was wild. The game, wild. Holly's playthroughs are the best. Go follow her gaming channel, Holly Renee. It's so good. I've like rewatched a bunch of the episodes too that she's done, because I love that game. I love watching that game be played, and I love Holly's playthroughs so much. But yeah, I ended up finishing that playthrough, and I think next she's doing a little indie game called Stray, which is where you play as a cat, and I'm like, that sounds like the best thing in the world, so I'm very excited about that too. But I need to continue my slight obsession with Pedro Pascal and The Last of Us watch through by actually watching the show. I started watching The Mandalorian last night. I watched the first episode, and I didn't get into it at all, but I only watched it because it's got Pedro Pascal in it, and you get to hear his voice every once in a while. So I might watch a couple more episodes of that, who knows, but I'm not like, I've never watched a single thing that's got I've never watched Star Wars. I know it's crazy. So I don't know any of the lore of it. And I found some of the effects in the show really bad. I was like, I thought this was supposed to be like it's Disney. It's supposed to be like high budget. Like, why is this such bad quality? That was fun. But I think that's more of just being like, it's the Lucasfilms feeling, I guess. I don't know. I need to watch Star Wars. Anyways, I'm going to now consume all of Pedro Pascal's media. I'm going to need to rebind this book desperately because it is warped. It's been so loved. That's why. What a great reread. 10 out of 10. Highly recommend that book. Everybody needs to read it. And I'm so happy now. That put me in a perfect mood. I'm going to go, and I'll chat with you tomorrow. Hello, my lovely friends. Happy Saturday. I am here, just finished my live stream, which is very fun. Got lots of stuff done. I'm now I'm in chapter 9? I don't have numbers on my chapters. The first chapter of part 2, that's easier to say, for a second story through the edits, which is fun. I ended up actually like going through most of part 1 and then having a little moment of panic about the capitalization of something. And then going back through, changing some of them, and then Googling it and being like, no, I didn't need to, I was fine. And then having to go back through and actually read and skim through the entire part to make sure everything was good. Read part 1 a couple times over. And I think the flow of it is good now, so that's exciting. There's a few like sentences that I need to go back to and fix. I've like gone in and just highlighted them because my brain wasn't in the right place to decode them yet. I don't know why. There's some sentences or some parts that I'm just like, something's off, highlight it, come back to it later, and then just kept going. Because if I get bogged down in little details like that, when I'm trying to do more of a, like, I'm just implementing the edits from my editor kind of a vibe, and then doing a pass of edits myself, that's something I can come back to when I'm doing more focus line edits. Anyways, now I have about a half hour before I jump on for the podcast about the various secret society of irregular witches, which is very exciting. So I'm going to quickly go over the notes that they've given me about like what they cover. I got my notebook here that I'm going to write stuff down in just so I have written ideas down. But yeah, I've also freshened my hair a little bit. So I'm waiting for it to dry a little bit. It's not a visual podcast, but I was like, I need to not look like a slob. And yes, I've been wearing this sweater since I got it. Nobody judge me. I got it on Tuesday. I have worn it almost every day. Don't judge me. It is very cozy. I got it. It's a Critical Role. It's one of their new ones. It has like how am I gonna do this? One of their logos on the back. When I saw it, I was like, I need that immediately. But I want it in a really oversized fit. So I ended up getting the 5X. I probably could have gotten just the 4X with the way that this fits on me, but it's like, let's see if I can do this in a way that'll show you. But it's like, it's super long and it's, very, 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 very large, but it's so cozy. And I love it. So I think I might actually, I don't know how to sew, but I might get one of my friends or my mom to like dart in the sides just a bit at the bottom so that it like sits nicer on me rather than just like floating like a tent. But anyways, that was my big purchase at the end of February. I'm trying to be more mindful about my spending. So I did that one purchase and then I needed some stuff that I can't find in store. So I picked up that. And for the rest of March, I don't need anything else because I just spent so much money on groceries and I had to replenish a bunch of my products. So it was like just an expensive weekend this weekend. Anyways, I'm rambling now. I'm gonna do this and I'll let you guys know how the podcast goes at the end. It's been a really good day, really productive. But for the rest of the day, podcast, and then we're gonna just do nothing on the couch afterwards, which is par for the course. No, I need to cook dinner and I have plans to cook a soup. So that's gonna be exciting and fun. Anyways, chat with you guys later. Hello friends, it is now much later. It is after 12 and I just finished Bear of Winter by H.M. Long. This was a joy. God, Hannah just writes some of the best fantasy books I've ever read in my life. This is definitely different from her previous two. And I think in a way of like, it had echoes of the first book in it in a way that I really, really liked, because the first book I think is my favorite of the ones that she's written. Hall of Smoke. That one deals with this war between gods of new and old, and then the one priestess that gets stuck in the middle of it. And this one here is a story about a demigod, essentially, Thray, whose mum was mortal, but whose father was Ogum, the god of winter. See the god of winter? Let me double check, because there's a couple gods that are like the gods of winter, and I don't want to mess that up. Ogum, son of the Miri goddess of war, Eng, and her consort, the elemental Winter. So yeah, he's a frosty boy, and you meet him in Hall of Smoke. And so Thray is his daughter, and in this, she is essentially trying to figure out if she's immortal or not. And she's the last daughter, she's the last kid of Ogum. And so, like, she's like, I need to know if I'm immortal. I don't know how to find that out other than literally dying, because if I'm immortal, then I won't die. But if I am not immortal, I will fully die, and I don't want to do that. So she's like, I don't know what to do. But then her grandfather, who is the, like, I don't know, winter itself, like primordial essentially, he like comes to her and is like, listen, chill. There's a bunch of people up north, the rest of Ogum's children. And some of them actually come and find her because she's very interesting, because she is the last one and she's the very first daughter of Winter and Engi as well. Like the very first one from Aang that's ever been, you know, born. And so they're all very interested in the powers that she's gonna have. She gets on the ship with a couple of her Engi and her betrothed and goes north with a bunch of her siblings. She doesn't trust her siblings. Something's going on, and she just wants to figure out if she's immortal or not. That's her like main goal. But like throughout the entirety of this, there's just this underlying unease, and like, you know, there's something else going on. You know there is. I wish there was more in here. I think this could have been longer and a little bit more fleshed out on the politics of the things and like that kind of stuff, because I really would have loved to dig into that, because there's something going on that I don't think I got the whole gist of. That might have just been because I was reading really fast, but at the end of this, I'm like, it feels unfinished, but in the way of like the story itself feels unfinished, not the book. Like, I feel like there could be a sequel to this, like an actual sequel, not just a companion sequel like Pillar of Ash is. I don't actually know if Pillar of Ash is a continuation of Threy's story though. But yeah, what a cool book. God. And it was like, cool, pun not intended, but will accept, because this is set in the most icy, barren land. And my favorite part of Hannah's books are her descriptions of stuff. They are unparalleled descriptions. I love them so much. It lends such a like classic fantasy touch to these in such a fresh new way, because these are just exceptional stories, and God, I love them so much. Y'all should pick them up. Start with Hollow Smoke, because if you go with Temple, you're going to be spoiled for stuff in Hollow Smoke, and if you go with this one, you will probably be a little bit spoiled for stuff that happens in Temple and Hollow Smoke. But you'll know more of like who the people are that she's mentioning, like Hessa and Nissian and Imnir and all those people, and Ogum, and you know, you'll know all of that backstory leading up to this one, and they're all fantastic, so why wouldn't you? Anyways, this was great. This was great. Another book's done this weekend. Proud of myself. It's like 12:15 now. I gotta go clean up the kitchen. There's like, I made soup for dinner. My like, what is it? My Dutch oven still needs to be cleaned out, but it's sitting in the sink soaking right now, so I just need to actually wash it and then let it dry. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. Kind of tidy up a little bit, and then I think I'm gonna go lay in bed for a bit, because I'm tired. I've been up like all day. That's probably why. I've been up since early. It's been a good Saturday overall. It's been super lovely, but yeah, all right. Tomorrow, I will hopefully get more progress into Brando Sando's Oathbringer, because I was hoping to have that video up for Friday, my Friends Week, my TBR video. So I really need to boogie on that last chunk of that book, because I need to edit that video and have it up Friday, but we'll see how that one goes. But yes, my friends, I think I'm gonna call it here, and I'll chat with you tomorrow for Sunday. Is that little bean? Oh my goodness gracious! You came running! You came running! Hello! Hello! I know, I gotta put my jacket down. Yeah, give me a second. Give me a second. lovely friends. Happy Sunday. Today's been such a chill day, which y'all know is the standard for my Sundays. I ended up spending most of the day just kind of on my couch. I did clean a little bit earlier, which was nice. Kind of tidied stuff up in my place. Vacuumed that whole lot. Sat on my couch, watched a little bit of YouTube. I watched mainly the 2 new episodes from Holly on her gaming channel. The first 2 episodes of Stray on there, and I'm obsessed. I need that game to come to Switch so that I can play it. I need it because I want to play that game. It looks so cool. And then I ended up reading a bit more of Oathbringer. I'm now about 60% of the way through. I'm on page, oh dear, this is a bad angle to do this at. Like 820 or something. Yeah, I read it before I left for Mom and Dad's for dinner tonight, and like the chapters that I hit were like when things were starting to pop off. So I think the rest of this will go pretty quickly because that's another 400 pages before I'm done. So hopefully in the next couple days I can wrap this up. But yeah, a good little bit of reading today. Got some bird eating done, which I'm happy about. And then went to Mom and Dad's, of course. And then I'm here working on a second story. So that's very exciting. Had Amy sprint on, which is all good. I think that's the update for the day. It's been a good weekend. Of course, like always, it went by too fast. And I cannot believe we're already looking at Monday morning again tomorrow, but what's new? This week coming up, I have a couple things going on for work. So hopefully this week goes pretty quickly because it usually does. When I have a lot of stuff going on at work, it zooms. So hopefully it goes pretty quickly and we can get to another weekend. It's been a good time. It's been a good time. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do now. I think I'm gonna like pluck away at this for a bit longer, see where I get to before I watch some content on the TV. It's 10, so I don't know, maybe I'll go to like 10:30 or something for writing, editing specifically, and then I'll see what kind of goes on, what I want to watch afterwards. It'll probably be Dungeons and Dragons. Because like, what's new? Anyways, yeah, that's what's up. I'll catch you a little later. Hello, my lovely friends. I am here at my desk. Happy Monday! I should have said that. I should have started that. I am distracted. My Discord's going off. My computer's having a whole shenanigans. My cover artist just asked me a question about what color Ari's eyes are. I don't actually know what color Ari's eyes are. I assume they're blue because every character I ever make has blue eyes, which is really funny because I have blue eyes. That's a lie. So many of my characters have brown eyes. That's so funny. Anyways, sorry, that was such a detour. Hi, happy Monday. Things are popping off. Wanted to pop in and say hey because I didn't. It's Monday, of course. I'm here. I had like 15 minutes left of my workday before I kind of switched gears and then go teach a little bit later. But you know, typical Mondays. Typical Mondays, things are happening, things are occurring. But yeah, I wanted to pop in and also let you guys know that last night I ended up, once I was done at about 11, I was like, what if I start watching The Last of Us? At 11:20, I started watching The Last of Us. Guys, I'm so in love with Pedro Pascal. It was a mistake to start last night, but also not a mistake at all because last night, first episode, I'm just sitting there crying because emotional damage. And I will never, ever get over Pedro Pascal screaming baby over and over and over to his daughter in there, or I should say Joel, but he's Pedro Pascal. I'm never gonna get over that. And now I have to watch the rest of the emotional damage. I stopped after 2 episodes because 1, it was like 1:30 in the morning, and 2, I know episode 3 is going to wreck me. So I was like, I probably shouldn't watch the emotionally draining one at 1:30 in the morning. And then it's like an hour later, it'll be 2:30 by the time it's done. And then I have to unwind from that and then go to sleep. I am very excited that I'm watching that show. Oh, after that, I think I want to finally watch Our Flag Means Death because I haven't watched that. I actually did pirate the first 2 episodes of The Last of Us because I have to talk myself into getting the Crave subscription because I thought like there was 2 options for the monthly subscription. It was the $19.99 and the $9.99, and I was like, well, I'll just get the $9.99 because that's like a mobile one and I'll just watch it on my tablet. You can't on your tablet. It would be on your phone exclusively, and I don't want to watch a TV show on my phone. That sounds awful for my eyes. I would rather watch it on my TV or my iPad, so I'm probably going to end up spending the $20 and just on the month. But yeah, I'll probably end up spending it because there's a few, like, I want to watch House of the Dragon. I want to catch up on some other HBO shows. So I think it's worth the investment for a month, you know, $20 to watch a bunch of shows. I started watching The Last of Us last night. I'm in love with the show already, and I'm ready to have my entire world broken. because I've watched the storyline from Holly's playthrough of the game, I know what to expect, so I'm prepared for stuff. And surprisingly, I'm okay with zombies. I don't love zombies as like a trope or a thing, but these, like the clickers and the runners and the bloaters and whatever they have in The Last of Us, in the game and the show, they're cool. I don't know. They look really cool. And it's like heartbreaking to learn about the cordyceps virus and stuff like that, because you actually learn a little bit more in the show than you do in the game about the virus itself. So that's pretty cool. And my freaking TikTok is inundated with The Last of Us stuff and like people finding little like Easter eggs or absolutely heart-wrenching details that like you wouldn't notice unless you really thought about it. And oh god, like, and also really interesting stuff that I saw before watching the first episode, specifically about all of the flour and sugar-based things that Joel and his daughter would have eaten in the first episode but kept avoiding in different ways. Like there was the pancake mix that was missing and he didn't pick up more, so like she was gonna make him birthday pancakes, didn't have birthday pancakes. They were offered scones or biscuits by their neighbors, they didn't take any. And then she made cookies later with her neighbor and she was like, oh, is it gonna be chocolate chip cookies? And her neighbor's like, no, it's gonna be raisin. And she was just like, gross, I'm not gonna eat those. Not out loud, but you could see it in her face. So she didn't eat the cookies. And then later he was supposed to bring home a cake, but he forgot to bring home a cake. So like all these different instances where they could have been infected with the cordyceps virus, because like there's the theories that the cordyceps virus was growing originally in flour and sugar. And that's how it infected so many people so fast, because that's a basic, right? I don't know. It's really cool. I love the science of it. And I love the two cold opens that we've gotten so far for both like episode 1 and 2. So cool and heartbreaking, but great. This show is just really cool. This has been a good weekend. I've gotten a fair bit done. Sorry. My cover artist just sent me a screenshot. I gotta, oh, wow. A screenshot. Oh, I just screamed. My sons are so beautiful. Sorry. This, like, outro clip is the most chaotic thing I've ever filmed. This weekend has been great. I have done so many different things. I've read a couple books. I ended up reading both Barrow of Winter and rereading Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. This one gets a 5 stars. This one's got 4 stars. I thought about it a little bit. I love Hannah's work and everything, but this book just was missing a little bit of something deeper. There's someone in here, there's like that one of those tropes that when things are explained by somebody in like a pretty long scene of like monologuiness, almost, there was a little bit of that in here where Thray gets stuff explained to her by a god figure. And I wish that she had learned it herself. I wish that she had been in the North a little bit longer and uncovered all these things herself, because like the intrigue is set up so well throughout. Like there's something else going on. Her siblings are doing something, that kind of a thing. So I wish she had figured it out herself. But I do understand that a lot of times publishers will have like word count restrictions, or like editors will be like a lot of cuts kind of a thing. So I think that she kept it pretty snappy and short because of that. But I still really loved it, and I do highly recommend it, which is why it gets 4 stars. But yeah, what a great weekend. I also got through another 160 pages of Oathbringer, and hopefully we'll have that wrapped this week because that video goes up on Friday, so it needs to be. Anyways, my friends, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me this weekend. I apologize, this last clip is very chaotic. That was a great natural reaction to a part of my cover that you just saw. But it's like a close-up of Ari, and you get a little bit of Finn's face in it, and I'm dead. What a good little surprise. Anyways, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I will catch up with you. I will catch you in another video very soon. Stay kind and keep on reading. That's how I end these videos.